8:50 p.m. Tennessee Williams, the show's 34-year-old playwright, sat in the aisle seat on the left side of the sixth row, wearing a gray flannel suit with a button missing, a water green shirt, and a pale conservative tie. He seemed, according to one paper, like a farm boy in his Sunday best. Beside him was his friend and cruising sidekick Donald Wyndham, with whom he was collaborating on the romantic comedy You Touched Me. A few seats away in the same row, his chic, diminutive agent, Audrey Wood, sat clutching the hand of the renowned set designer Robert Edmund Jones, her escort for the evening. At the clumsy dress rehearsal the day before, an aphorism of William Liebling, her husband and business partner, kept playing through her mind. You're only as good as the night they catch you. At the dress rehearsal, as the cast got their notes, the play's tyro producer Louis Singer slid beside her. Tell me, you are supposed to know a great deal about theater. Is this or is this not the worst dress rehearsal you've seen in your life? He said. Words for once failed Wood. She nodded a vigorous yes. Wood fiercely believed in Williams and in her own instincts. Her father, William Wood, a theater manager, had exposed her at a young age to the art and business of vaudeville and theater. The agency that she founded with Liebling in 1937 would come to represent some of the most influential theatricals in the industry. William Inge, Carson McCullers, Robert Anderson, Marlon Brando, Montgomery Clift, Paul Newman, Audrey Hepburn, Elizabeth Taylor, Natalie Wood, Elia Kazan, and Joshua Logan among them. But Williams, her client of 6 years, had not yet known success. On April Fool's Day, 1939, tipped off to his talent, Wood had written the unknown author. It seems to me, from what I've heard about you, that you may be exactly the kind of author whom I might help. She judged him not a finished dramatist, but highly promising. By May of that year, Williams had joined forces with Wood, who promptly sold one of his short stories to Story magazine. You are playing a very long shot when you take an interest in my work, Williams wrote her. So it had proved. More than anyone in the Broadway audience that opening night, Wood understood the precariousness of his situation. I'd reached the very, very bottom, Williams said, recalling his state of mind. I couldn't have gone on with these hand-to-mouth jobs, these jobs for which I had no aptitude, like waiting on tables, running elevators, and even being a teletype operator. I couldn't have made it for another year, I don't think. Eddie Dowling, a jug-eared 51-year-old actor, was improbably cast as Tom Wingfield, the play's young narrator. He was also the show's co-director and co-producer. Standing in front of set designer Joe Melzina's transparent fourth wall, a see-through scrim that evoked the delicate moods of the play by allowing the exterior of the alley and the fire escape to be lit both separately and simultaneously with the shabby, genteel interior of the Wingfield apartment. Dowling went into the opening speech. Yes, I have tricks in my pocket. I have things up my sleeve, the narrator said, brazenly announcing William's visionary powers. But I am the opposite of a stage magician. He gives you illusion that has the appearance of truth. I give you the truth in the pleasant disguise of illusion. To begin with, I turn back time. As the lights faded out on Dowling, they faded in on Lorette Taylor as Amanda, the matriarch of the hapless Wingfield family, entering upstage into the apartment's dining room. The reception for Taylor, who had made her Broadway debut in 1903 at the age of 16 and had been a full-fledged star for more than 30 years, was deafening. On the eve of her 61st birthday, she was returning to Broadway after a 5-year hiatus. Her rustic